The following knife review is a knife loaned to me from my friends at whitemountainknives.com. When you're in the market for a good knife, make sure you check out whitemountainknives.com. They have excellent customer service, excellent prices, and very quick shipping. That's whitemountainknives.com. Hey YouTube, Joe here with another knife overview. And today I bring you the Maxace Balance. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that first name correctly. It's a division of Stedman knives. So let's dive right into this one. Now, I'll be honest, I know of Stedman knives, but I don't have any of their knives, and I'm not really very familiar with their line of knives. But this is supposedly, Maxace is a subdivision of theirs, like a lower end of theirs. Not that they're low end knives, but a lesser end knife. And I got this one as a loaner to show you today. Now, believe it or not, it came in this pouch with not a box. Now, I'm not going to say that it definitely doesn't come with a box, but this is the way it was given to me. I don't know if this is the way all Maxace knives are, if there is an actual box, but I'm just going to roll with it. This is how I got it. No box or anything else. So let's open it up. Now, I've had it for several days, been playing with it, so this is not a unboxing and first impressions. So it comes in the plastic. Comes in this, like I said, this pouch, and it has a cloth. The pouch has a little pocket in here. So just want to show you that. So let's move on. Take this out of the plastic. Now there's many variations of this knife with different handles. I opted for this type of handle. I thought it was kind of cool. So let's dispense with some stats, and then let's go over the knife. So as I said, it's the Maxace Balance. The blade's a stonewashed blade, a drop point, 3.54 inches. The blade steel is a VG10 with a hardness rating of 58 to 60. The handle, they're calling it a Flowmark translucent green G10. Now, Maxace says their pivoting system is their own double bearing pivot design. That's what they called it. Has a milled G10 backspacer. It's a liner lock. It's a tip-up carry with the pocket clips. A tip-up carry. Weighs a very svelte 3.81 ounces, and it's made in China. So let's go over the knife. Let's see if I can bust out some of the markings. Now, the same exact knife, the same type of handle, what do you call it, is also in the S35 VN. That one goes for like all day long for about $1.85. This knife goes pretty much everywhere right now for about $1.15, $1.20, give or take. You can see that nice pattern and then this translucent G10. So before we go over the knife some more, let's measure it up. No cut test since it's a loaner. Let's put it against the ruler. There it is. Let's grab my dollar. There it is against the dollar. Now, it's been said in some, not in videos, I've been reading about this knife, that some knife fans feel like it looks like the Buck Avid Vantage, was it again? The Buck Vantage Avid, which I happen to have, and I did a video on trying to trade it. I mean, I can see where they feel that way because of the hole. Somewhat. So I gotta admit, as soon as I saw the knife and I saw this translucent G10, I thought of the Kershaw Echelon. I never did a video on this. This is a safe queen at the moment, though not intentional safe queen. But there's so many videos out for this, I probably won't do a video on this. But at least it's getting some video time in this video. So as soon as I saw that, I thought of this. Although now I see them together, it is very, very much different. So let's take a look around. Let's see. It's a very early lockup, which is good. Very centered. Now I'll say this. It opens very, very nicely. Whatever their double bearing pivot design that they're talking about, whatever they're talking about, it works well. Very little effort to get it open, and it has a nice sound, even believe it or not, as crazy it might sound, as closing. Listen to this. Just very nicely done. Let's see how high the pocket clip rides. Not too bad. Now, what I like about it and what I don't like about it so far. I like the lightness. It's less than 4 ounces. I like the way it opens. What I mentioned about the closing too. It's a nice, satisfying sound. Now, I'm not saying I dislike this part, but I can see, because this translucent is kind of thin, and because this knife is a lot longer than the Echelon, I'm not saying it's bad. I question whether on heavy use, whether this is going to bend or crack. I mean, I'm not saying it would, but you know, because like say here there's no liners at all, it's just basically the translucent G10. I'm just wondering with heavy use, will this bend at all? It's not that soft, but just wondering. Again, it may never bend, you know, but just something to think about, you know, when you're spending $120 on a knife. Now, speaking of the $120, that's another point I feel is a little bit, you know, a little high for this knife. I would say this is probably more along the lines of a $75 knife. I mean, there's going to be a lot of question whether they want to spend $110 on a knife made in China that's just VG10 and translucent, you know, translucent G10 scales. Another thing I don't like, I'm going to show you now, is I noticed that, and now you really have to listen, I'll be quiet during it, that when you push back the liner, it has like a screechy noise, almost like it could use oil, because this didn't come, it came pretty dry, it had no factory oil whatsoever. But let's see, I'll be quiet and see if you can hear it. I'm going to do it several times. Didn't hear it that time. That figures. Because now, alright, well, it's not it's not happening. Even though I've opened this up I don't know how many times, and sometimes I hear it like, you know, 20 times in a row. But nonetheless, the live TV people, live camera, I was hearing a little bit of like a screechy noise here as you disengage. For $110, I feel like it should be, you know, everything should be perfect, and I can't put oil in there or hoppies in there right now since this is just a bar. Now I got to admit, when I took it out of the package, I was actually thinking of I'm just going to keep this and just do a cut test right off the bat, and you know, just go all over everything. But then when I started hearing that screeching noise, that was bothering me, and I started thinking, do I really want to pay $115, $120, $125 for a knife that every time I close it, I'm going to hear that noise. Though I got to admit, this morning I'm not hearing it. Or this afternoon, I should say. But besides my slight issue about the price, and besides my questioning of whether the scales can hold up against like some heavy use, it is a very nice knife. Now, if this is, I'm not sure if Maxace has been, how long they've been out. I'm pretty sure they're pretty new. But if this is like one of their first offerings, it's really done well. I just think for considering made in China, the G10 scales, the VG10 steel, I just think it should have been a little bit lower price point. I'm sure it might be others that might disagree with me, but there might be others that do agree with me. So more than likely, this one's going to go back because I did hear that screeching noise a few times. I mean, definitely a couple of dozen times. I don't know why I'm not hearing it now. But overall, I like this knife. And like I said, it comes in different colors. The same, I don't know if the camera's picking that up, that nice pattern look. I don't remember all the colors. I know there's tan, there's black. And I believe the S35 VN looks exactly the same except the steel difference. But don't quote me on that. And obviously the price. So there you have it. It's not really, I guess I'm not 100% yet on this one because of my slight little things, but this is a nice knife though. If you get it, you'll just see how easily it just opens up smoothly. Let me show you. There it is in the hand. I haven't found myself opening it with the hole at all. Let's try that now too. Yeah. Let me see. Maybe I get that noise with the. No, I'm not getting it right now. Maybe it was just temporary. Lanyard hole. Decent size. So, there you have it. Let's zoom in for the final shot. The Maxace Balance, a subdivision of Stedman knives. Thanks a lot for watching. Take care, and I hope you enjoyed the video.